Hello students, welcome to the Digital Learning Management System of Department of Collegiate and Technical Education. In today's session, I am going to explain one of the popular agile process, that is extreme programming. Before moving on to our today's session topic, let's brief on whatever we have studied in the previous session, that is time boxing model and introduction to agile process. Time boxing model is a iterative model and also a parallel processing model. See here, the whole project is divided into several iterations of equal durations. And here each iterations has some specific stages has to be performed. And in turn, each stages has multiple tasks to be executed. Okay, and in time boxing model, each stages has some dedicated team members. Okay, and in time boxing model, the basic unit is a time box. That is nothing but the iteration. One iteration, we can call it as one time box. Okay. And in time boxing, features are selected based on the time duration, or whichever the features which can be executed for that time period or for that time box, that can be selected. So here there is no negotiability in time boxing. Okay. And in the previous session, we have also seen introduction to agile process. In agile process, here the product is delivered to the customer in small increments. Okay, and here this agile process follows iterative and incremental approach. Here agile process gives more importance for the communication between the team members and also between the stakeholders. Communication is very important in order to understand the problem and to find the solution. So agile process follows better communication between the team members and also between the stakeholders. And in agile process, rapid delivery of the product is done. Because here in agile process, the product is delivered in small iteratives, okay, or small increments. So hence here rapid delivery is possible. Okay, and this agile process follows very simple design. Here the customer involvement throughout the process is necessary in agile process, because if the customer involves in the project development, then he can give the feedback, and whenever there is a change, he can request for the change. Okay, so in agile process, customer involvement and feedback is necessary throughout the process. Okay, and this agile process concentrates more on face-to-face communication than on multiple documentation. This makes the development more easily understandable. Okay, so these are all the topic which we have learnt in the previous session. Let's move on to our today's objectives, that is extreme programming. In today's session, we are going to learn the core values of extreme programming, practices, what is extreme programming process, advantages and also disadvantages. Let's see what is extreme programming. Extreme programming is a widely used agile process. It has lightweight development process methodology and quick to respond for changes. Iterative development not lasting more than few weeks. How and what can be done estimated from the previous iteration progress. See here, in extreme programming, instead of developing a system or a project as a big component or a big single system, develop the complete system as small parts and deliver those small parts as frequently as possible to the customer. This is followed in extreme programming. See, here we are not developing a big product or a complete product at a time. Okay, in extreme programming, whole project or the system is developed in a small chunks. Okay, and here this results in the final delivery or the average delivery time. This minimizes the development time also. Okay, and this extreme programming, it follows iterative development methodology. Since this is a agile process, since this uses agile process, it uses iterative development. Here the small chunks are developed and delivered to the customer in increments frequently. For example, for every 2 weeks, the incremental product is delivered to the customers and feedbacks are taken. If there is any change needed in that model, already developed and delivered incremental model, then that has to be fixed and the new increment has to be released. Okay, and here how and what can be done estimated from the previous iteration progress. See, since agile process follows this measurement or the progress measurement in agile process follows whatever the product delivered previously and how that product is working. Okay, based on the previous increment working, the progress measure is done. Okay, so here in extreme programming, how and what can be done is estimated from the previous iteration progress. Let's see some of the values in extreme programming. In the core values of extreme programming, we are going to see communication, simplicity, feedback and courage. See here, what is communication here? See, in extreme programming, communication between the team members, between the stakeholders are very important, because communication is the only solution for so many problems. After communicating only, we can come to some conclusion in order to solve some problems. Okay, so communication is very important. So the very first core value of extreme programming is communication. Due to the lack of communication only, so many projects have failed. So in extreme programming, most care is taken for the communication between the team members and also between the stakeholders, team member and the stakeholders. Okay, and next comes the simplicity. Simplicity means develop code as simple as possible. That means here, while developing a software system or a software project, make sure that you are adding only the basic functionalities. Don't add too many features which are not at all necessary for the system. So this is how we can keep our system simple. So in extreme programming, it suggests that keep our system as simple as possible. Okay, and the next core value is feedback. See here, take feedback from now and then. Okay, take feedback from the customer and also from the team members. Okay, at every day the team members need to take feedbacks for whatever they have developed. Okay, after taking the feedback only, we will come to know where is the mistake has done and what has to be changed. If anything has to be changed, then we need to fix there only. Then and there only the change has to be fixed and move forward. Okay, so the feedback is also one of the core values of extreme programming. And then comes the courage. what courage is doing here? See, courage is very important. As a programmer, if I develop something and if the development does not required in the system, and customer needs change, then I need to be ready. I need to be ready to discard whatever I have developed and ready to accept the change. This is where courage comes. Every programmer should have a courage to accept the changes and to throw out whatever they have developed earlier. Okay, so here these 4 core values are very important in extreme programming, that is communication, simplicity, feedback and courage. Okay, let's see extreme programming practices. In extreme programming practices, the very first thing is planning. What is planning? See here, the other software development process approach says we have to spend too much time on planning. Then only that will be continued by the following activities. Whereas in extreme programming, it tells don't do elaborated planning. Just do some rough planning and start with the next step, that is a coding step. Do rough planning, start with the coding. And then in later stage, when you get more understanding of the system or when things get more clear, then again do the planning and then follow that planning. So this is what extreme programming practices of planning says. Okay, here at the beginning they are not going to build the elaborated plan. That means here they are not going to spend too much time on planning in the beginning itself. Okay, and this planning process is continued throughout the development life cycle. Okay, and let's see the extreme programming second practices, that is testing. See, whatever the software which we are going to develop, what the software development process says, first code and then test. Whereas in extreme programming, it says first write the test cases. Okay, first write the test cases and then code. Write the test cases in order to define how we are going to test our system. Okay, so here in extreme programming, test cases are written first and then the coding will be started. Okay, so and the third practices of extreme programming is pair programming. Pair programming means two people sit together in a system and they'll start coding as a team. Okay, here one team is nothing but two people. Okay, and in pair programming, that two people are responsible for the programming, the design and also the implementation. Those two people are responsible for testing also. Okay, so in pair programming, what happens? Two people are sit together and work on a system as a team, and these two people are only responsible for whatever they are going to code or whatever they are going to design and test. Okay, and the next practices of extreme programming is simple design. See here, the agile process methodology itself says that keep your project simple, keep your system simple. Don't add extra features unnecessarily in the system. Okay, so here extreme programming also says keep the system design simple. Okay, with the basic functionalities. Don't add unnecessary features. Okay, and the next thing is extreme practices is refactoring. What is refactoring? See, refactoring is nothing but in pair programming there will be so many pairs and each pairs are developing a code. Here refactoring means writing the code for the same problem in a different way. Okay, that means if one pair is writing the code for the same problem and the same time another pair is also writing the code for the same problem. And in refactoring, the better code will be selected. That is what refactoring means. Okay, in the refactoring, optimal code or the best code will be selected. Okay, and next thing is extreme programming. And next thing in extreme programming practices is collection code ownership. See here, since it follows pair programming and that two people is responsible for whatever they are going to program, design and test, here comes the collection code ownership. That means the team members who are all involved in developing the code, everybody is the owner of the code. There is no single ownership. Okay. This refactoring also says write the code and modify the code in such a way that the code must be simple, but that the code should satisfy the functionality. Okay, see here in refactoring we are going to modify the code again and again and again so that finally the code will become simple. But the objectives or the functionality of the code should not be changed. Okay, that is what refactoring means. See, and the next thing in extreme programming practices is continuous integration. See here, in extreme programming, we are not developing a product as a big part or a big system. Here we are developing a whole system as a small chunks. And here, since we are developing a system as a small part or small chunks, we can also call it as small components. Here continuous integration is required. Okay, we need to integrate these small chunks of the code in each and every level. Okay, next is on-site customer. That means here, since this agile process itself says communication involvement or the customer involvement throughout the process is necessary. In extreme programming, the customer involvement throughout the process is must. That means the customer should be available throughout the process in order to consider the feedbacks, in order to give the feedbacks. Okay, and if there is anything that has to be changed, the customer must be available in order to give opinion on that. Okay, so and the next thing is system metaphor. What is system metaphor? See here, system metaphor is nothing but if 20 team members are there in a system development, then each one should have the high level knowledge of the system. That means irrespective of whatever the field they are working. Some team members may be working in requirement, some team members may be working in deployment, some team members may be working in some build operation. Irrespective of their operation or the activity they are performing, everybody must know what is the main objective of the system, what is the main system should looks like. So this is called as system metaphor. And the next thing here is no overtime. So here extreme programming follows flexibility of time. So no overtime is required by the employees. Okay, and then the last thing here is coding standards. Here extreme programming follows some coding standards like IEEE standards, etc. Okay, so these are all the practices of extreme programming. In that we have seen planning, testing, pair programming, simple design, refactoring, collection code ownership, continuous integration, on-site customer, system metaphor, no overtime and coding standards. Let's see for whatever type of the project XP is best suitable for. Okay, see here XP is best suitable for rapid application development environment and high requirement changes. See, for a project or for a system, whenever there is a need of requirement changes frequently, then there we can use extreme programming. And when a system needs a rapid delivery, okay, then also this XP is best suitable. And here in XP, requirement risks are considered. Okay, see here, whenever there is a change in the requirements, the risks also be there, and that risks are considered before modifying the changes. Okay, before modifying the requirement changes. And in modest team size of up to 20 members, this XP is best suitable. Okay, see, since XP follows internal communication within the team members and communication between the stakeholders. See here, extra time is needed for the communication in order to understand and solve the problem. So it is better for those system where only up to 20 members are there. Okay, and XP is best suitable for strong customer involvement. For a project where customer involvement is not necessary, or a project where customer cannot be involved throughout the process, for such processes XP is not suitable. Okay, see, this is the overall process in XP. In extreme programming, the initial planning phase starts with collecting the user stories. User stories are nothing but the initial requirements. See here, user stories are collected and the initial planning is released. Okay, after this planning, that is the rough planning. Instead of planning a detailed and elaborated version, here we are doing some rough planning and will proceed with the iteration. Okay, in the iteration, the actual development of the system is done. Okay, after the iteration, by considering this use stories and all, this acceptance test will be done. Okay, see here, for the acceptance test, input is from user stories and also from iteration. That means from the iteration, the product is given to the acceptance test, and for this acceptance test, here the product is tested against the user stories. If any mismatch occurs or if any user stories does not satisfy, then from the acceptance test again the process go to iteration. Okay, then the process will be repeated. Okay, after the product has been accepted in the acceptance test, a small release will be done. Okay, so this is the overall process in XP. Let's see an iteration in XP where the actual program development, coding, development, testing is done. See here, for the iteration plan, the input is basic release plan and the user stories. From that iteration plan, see, from this release plan and the user stories, iteration plan will be done and get details of user stories. See here, this iteration plan is done based on the user stories, and then it will create the test cases first. See, before coding, here the test cases are written. Okay, and here after coding, see, since we are developing the system as a small parts. Here integration is done. After coding, integration of multiple components are done. Okay, before integration, unit test is done, and in unit test the refactoring is also done. That means here the code is minimized or made simple in such a way that finally it should be understandable each and everyone, but it should satisfy the functionality. It should achieve the functionality. Okay, then the final thing is acceptance test, where this is tested against the user stories. This is a iteration in XP. Okay. Let's see XP process diagram. See here, in a planning phase, it has user stories, values, acceptance test criteria, iteration plan, and then in the design we are having simple design, CRC cards, simple solution prototype. Then in the coding we are having pair programming, refactoring. Then in coding we are having continuous integration also. Then after successfully coding, it will be given to the test. Unit test will be done, and after unit test, acceptance test will be done. Okay. Then after test, the final release of the product is done. Okay. So this is a XP process diagram. Let's see some of the advantages and disadvantages of XP. Okay. See here in advantages, close contact with the customer is necessary. Customer involved, since this XP is an agile process, one of the agile process, customer involvement throughout the process development is must. Okay, so that is the advantage. Customer will be available, and the disadvantage here at the same time is additional work. See, since the customer is involving in the process, additional work is spent. Additional work is done by the team members in order to communicate with the customer, in order to convey whatever they have developed to the customer. Okay, and the second advantage is no unnecessary programming work. See here, since agile process main core value is to keep the system very simple, that means our code must satisfy the basic functionality. Our code must achieve the basic functionality of the system. No need to include extra features which are not at all necessary. So here the advantage is no unnecessary programming work. We can concentrate on whatever the basic functionalities are there. Okay, and at the same time, in the disadvantages, we can have customer must participate in the process. See, for each and every step, customer has to be participate. That is again the disadvantages for the customer point of view. Okay, and here stable software through continuous testing. Since here we are developing a system through small chunks, we are developing a system as a several parts. Here in each and every stages there is a integration. Okay, in each and every stage there is a integration and testing has to be done. So here is stable software through continuous testing. Okay, that is the advantages. Since we are testing in each and every stage, each and every iteration we are testing the code. Okay, then at the disadvantages we are having relatively large time investment. Since we are spending too much time on testing, that itself is a disadvantages. Okay, and then in advantages we are having error avoidance through pair programming. Okay, see here error is avoided through pair programming and relatively at high cost, that is the disadvantages. No overtime, teams work at their own pace. Okay, this is the advantages. No overtime is required by the team members, that is an advantages. And at the disadvantages, it requires version management. Okay, and again in the advantages we are having changes can be made at short notice. See here we are following extreme programming for only those processes where the frequent changes are required. Okay, where the user needs requirement changes frequently. For those processes only XP is required, or for only those processes we are using XP. So here changes can be made at short notices and requires self-discipline measures. Okay, these are all the advantages and disadvantages of XP. So let's see some of the multiple choice questions. So this is our first question, that is user requirement are expressed as dash in XPs. Options are scenarios or user stories. Option B, functionalities. Option C, implementation task. Option D, none of the above. Let's see the answer. Yes, you guessed it right, students. The answer is scenarios or user stories. See here, initially user requirements are collected as user stories. Question number 2. In XP, increments are delivered to customer every dash weeks. Okay, the options are 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see the answer. So here the correct answer is 2. For every 2 weeks, the increments are delivered to the customer, since this follows a rapid delivery approach. And the third question is, collection of user cases describe how outside actors interact with system is defined by use case model, use real model, developer model and rational model. Let's see the answer, students. The answer for this is use case model. Use case model represents how the users are going to be interacted with the system. Along with that, it also has activity diagram, sequence diagram, etc. Our next question is, what do you infer from this following user story? As a sales agent, I want a client search feature so that I can find my preferred clients quickly and easily. The options are good, no additional information required. Second option is good, need clarification on quickly and easily for UI testing, that is user interface testing. Third one, not good, too big. Fourth one, not good, too small. Let's see the answer for this. See here, the answer is good, need clarification on quickly and easily for UI testing. See here, since this agile process and XP concentrates on user needs, here this XP gives more value on user needs. Here we cannot directly deny the user request. Okay. Whenever user needs some changes, positively that has to be accommodated. Okay, that's why the option 3 and 4 are completely wrong. We cannot say no to the user. Okay, and in the 1 and 2, in the first option it is saying good, no additional information required. When a user asks for the changes, then we should get the complete detail on that changes, how that changes has to be done, etc. related to that changes. So in the first option, it is not collecting any information about the change whatever the user is asking. So that the second option is the correct answer, because here the developer is saying good need clarification on quickly and easily for user interface testing. Here the developer is accepting the changes and he is also trying to collect information on what has to be changed and how it is to be changed. Okay. And our next question is, which four framework activities are found in the extreme programming? Option A, analysis, design, coding, testing. Option B, planning, analysis, design and coding. Option C, planning, design, coding and testing. Option 4, planning, analysis, coding and testing. Let's see the answer for this. Here the answer is planning, design, coding and then testing. Let's see our sixth question, that is a customer involved in test development and validation in XP? See here, the options are yes, no, it may vary from customer to customer. Option D, none of the mentioned. Let's see the answer. See here, the answer is it may vary from customer to customer. Customer may involve in development and validation and may not be involved. But whereas for the requirement changes and for providing the feedbacks, customer has to be available or customer has to be involved. Okay. This development and validation, in that the development is completely a team member's task, whereas the validation, in the validation customer may be involved. Let's see our seventh question, that is dash is a characteristics of an agile leader. Option A, task focused. Option B, supportive. Option C, disinterested. Option D, process oriented. Let's see the answer. Yes, you guessed it right, students. The answer is supportive. Agile team leader must be supportive in order to encourage the team members. Next question is, what does an agile approach value? Options are A, plans over people, B, people over process, C, process over people and D, plans over process. Let's see the answer for this. See, here the answer for this is people over process. Since this XP concentrates on values, core values and practices, it gives or it follows people over process. Okay. Here the ninth question is, collaboration requires that the team must take joint responsibility for their work. In order for this to effectively take place, what must the team members build? Options are a definition of done, B, continuous flow, C, trust, D, an information radiator. So the correct answer for this is trust. Let's see our last question, that is tracking project issues in an agile project is the primary responsibility of the tester, the project leader, the functional manager or the developer. Yes, you guessed it right, students. The answer is project leader. Project leader is responsible for tracking the whole project and the whole project issues. Okay. So these are all the topics for today's session. In the next session, I am going to explain using process models in a project and project management process. These are the references which I have used to create this content. Do join with me for the next session. Students, thank you.